Hello, welcome to my video. This is the fourth question from IGCSE Cambridge past year paper 0606 Additional Mathematics 2-3 October-November 2018 series. So this question requires us to either differentiate or integrate. So here, for the first part of the question, we need to get dy over dx from the given d squared y over dx squared. So we know we have to integrate. Since getting dy over dx, we need to integrate d squared y over dx squared. So after writing down this rule, we can proceed with the integration. Personally, I will first rewrite this part of the equation into this form, so it's easier for us to manipulate the figure, as you will see why here. So as we integrate this equation here, we know that the 2x here we have to increase by 1 power. So the 2x becomes 2x squared over 2, since we have to move the power down. So we further look at this side, the 3 bracket x plus 1, the power of negative 4. We first change the power, the negative 4 need to become negative 3, because negative 4 plus 1 equals to negative 3. Then we move the negative 3 down to the bottom of the entire thing in order to get dy over dx. And we have to plus an unknown c. This c was eliminated when they go from dy over dx to d squared y over dx squared. So in order to go backward, we have to find out the number which they eliminate. Then we continue. Of course, we can simplify this into an easier form. By 2 and 2, they crosses each other out. 3 over negative 3 becomes negative 1. And the power of negative 3 means it's actually 1 over x plus 1 bracket the power of 3 and plus the unknown c before we proceed on finding the c. So with the given dy and dx value at the given x value, which is both equals to 1, we can then proceed with substituting dy over dx on one side and substitute the x value into this simplified equation. So it's y squared is 1 squared minus 1 over 1 plus 1 cube plus c. Then we get the c as 1 over 8, where you can find by pressing your calculator 1 minus 1 equals to 0, and then this is actually 1 over 8 plus c. So it's negative 1 over 8 plus c equals to 0. So you will be able to find c with your calculator. And then you rewrite dy dx in this form by substituting the c that you find into the c over here. Then we proceed on to the second part of the question. Find y in terms of x, given that y equals to 3 when x equals to 1. Really similar to the first part, we have to integrate dy over dx again. So we integrate dy over dx, we will get y, let the examiner knows. Then we proceed on to rewriting this into this form. If you want to move this bottom bracket on the same level as this one, we have to put it as a negative power. So I wrote it as this form. So it's become x squared minus bracket x plus 1, the power of negative 3 plus 1 over 8 dx will give us y. Then you carry on with your integration process. Increase the power by 1, it becomes 3 move the power down on the bottom of the entire of this expression, you get x cubed over 3. And similar with this one increased by 1, you get -2, -3 plus 1 equals -2. -2 move to the bottom of the entire expression here, in which I wrote it in this form, which is the same. Then this one you would need, we know we need to add an x here, and then plus the unknown d, the d which is eliminated when they move from y to dy over dx, the constant which doesn't involve x, and this entire expression will equal to y. Then we continue on simplifying the expression into this form. So as this is negative, this is also negative, we change the sign to a positive value. So all we have to do is to find the unknown d this time by substituting the y and x given over here. So when y equals to 3, x equals to 1, we know we have to substitute it. So the y xx is still equals to 1, 1 to the power of 3 is still 1. So it's 1 over 3 plus 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 1 plus 1 square. Here you can just write down as 1 over 2 square, of course. It's up to you. Plus 1 over 8, because the x here is 1 now, with the given 1 over here. Plus the unknown d equals to 3, with the given 3 here. Just substitute into the unknown. Then we will be able to find d in this way by shifting the d to one side, the remaining figures on the other side. You'll be able to find that d is actually equals to 29 over 12. As d equals to 29 over 12, we rewrite the expression by substituting all the unknown. So we get y equals to x cubed over 3 plus 1 over 2 bracket x plus 1 square plus 1 over 8x plus 29 over 12. So this is the answer for this question.